With all the vast human and natural resources in Africa, why is Africa still struggling economically? You will find out the reason in this video. Make sure to stick around and learn. What's up, YouTube? It's your favorite boy, Victor Isibo, the face and voice behind Victor Isibo Reviews. What do we do here? We talk morals, we talk spirituality, we talk business reviews, we talk make money online, we talk finances, we talk pretty much everything that makes you a better version of yourself. Do you like such ideas and views that edify you on a daily basis? Then here's what you need to do. Smash the red subscribe button below this screen. Turn on the bell notification icon so that you know when I do another video. And to the old timers who have been coming here and enjoying my videos and following me back to back to back, salute. It's a pleasure having you back on this channel. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about the major reason behind all the economic problems being faced by African countries and Africans in general. Now, before you can proffer a solution, you must first of all identify the problem. Africa is blessed with vast human and natural resources. How come we're struggling to harness these God-given resources? Now, here is the problem. Today, I want to talk first of all about wealth and power. Wealth and power. Two very powerful things, okay? Now, you need to know that wealth and power, they are like structures. They are like buildings, okay? Now, the foundation for both of them is knowledge. Now, if you want to build a solid foundation for your power, you need to have knowledge. Okay? Before you build a structure, you need to do the foundation first. That means that before you seek power and wealth, you must first of all seek knowledge. Because when you have access to knowledge, you will now have access to power, you will have access to wealth. And knowledge helps you to manage and sustain both of them. For Christians, you find out that in the Bible, when Solomon wanted to ask God for something, he asked for wisdom, which we can call knowledge now. And that made him to be able to become wealthy and sustain his wealth. It made him to become powerful and manage his power effectively as a very wise king. We cannot overemphasize the importance of knowledge, okay? When it comes to wealth creation and management of power, you need knowledge. Now, there is a way for you to get wealth without having any knowledge. Of course, you know wealth is created based on what you know and what you can offer. But there is a shortcut to accessing wealth without having the requisite knowledge. You can inherit wealth. You need no knowledge to inherit wealth. Probably you were born into affluence. You inherit wealth. You marry a rich spouse. You win the lottery. Okay? Now, that is a shortcut for you to attain wealth without knowledge. But the problem is, check and look at all those people who won lotteries in the past decade. Many of them are paupers right now because they do not have knowledge required to sustain the wealth that they came to. Okay? So you see that knowledge is very important when it comes to sustainability of wealth. Shortcut to making money, but can you sustain it? Do you have the requisite knowledge? You don't. Now, let us talk about the African youth and African countries today. African youth and African country prioritize acquisition of wealth so much so they don't talk about getting knowledge. You see that the average African boy wants to get money by all means. He's not thinking about getting skills and knowledge that would help him acquire that money. Start looking for shortcuts. You see many people resorting to crime just to make money because the focus is on the money. You see plenty young ladies selling their bodies for money because the priority is money. Nobody is thinking about acquiring knowledge because knowledge will give you access to money and knowledge will help you to sustain that money. That's for the African youths. What about the African governments? Many African governments are neck deep in debt. They are either borrowing money from IMF or they are borrowing money from one European or American or Asian country or the other. By so doing, they are not only impoverishing the existing Africans, but also many generations yet unborn. See, it's poverty mentality when a country wants to depend on loans instead of creating and generating sustainable wealth from within and exploring the vast natural resources in Africa. Rather, many African leaders believe that all they need to do is get loans. I think that one of the major problems in Africa is that the vast majority of the youth are overlooking knowledge and they are focused on wealth acquisition. Without the teeming youth in Africa, there is no Africa. So if we can recalibrate our mentality, if we can go through a form of reorientation and realize that we need to intensify our pursuit of knowledge, because our pursuit of knowledge and the acquisition of knowledge is our gateway towards wealth, then we would be more productive, then we would be more useful to our countries and to the entire continent of Africa. Knowledge is very, very important when it comes to acquisition of wealth and wealth creation. That's number one. We have spoken about wealth. Now let's talk about power. You need knowledge to acquire power because when you have knowledge of your rights, that gives you power because they say knowledge is power. Now you have the power to make certain demands, provided that those demands are within the confines of the law. You have certain powers to resist people from trampling on your basic human rights. But for you to be able to defend your rights and freedom, you need to have knowledge of those rights and freedoms. Knowledge, they say, is power. So you need knowledge to acquire power. But like I said, in the case of wealth creation, there's a shortcut towards, acquiring power without knowledge. Now, the shortcut also is one, inheritance. Okay, you might be the first son of a very wealthy man who has built a big business empire. By the time the man passes, you get into a position of power. You need knowledge to use your power effectively. And of course, another shortcut to get into power is by rigging elections. There are so many politicians in Africa who have gotten into power by rigging elections, by vote buying. They get into power. But the thing is, can they effectively use that power that they have to impact positively on the continent of Africa? In Africa, you have so many novices in power because they don't have the knowledge, the requisite knowledge to run their countries. I did a video some time ago about the 2008 hyperinflation in Zimbabwe. You'll find the video somewhere here in the card above. Okay, go and watch the video so that you know what happened in 2008 in Zimbabwe. I'll give you a brief. President Robert Mugabe and his economic team, in a bid to restore economic buoyancy and fight against poverty and unemployment in Zimbabwe, what they did was they printed money. They printed more money and flooded the Zimbabwe economy with plenty of money. Because their thinking, Robert Mugabe's thinking was that we have economic problems, we cannot pay salaries, we don't have money, and the central bank has a money printing machine. Why don't you just print money? They made a mistake and it led to hyperinflation in Zimbabwe. Why did Zimbabwe, as a country, as a government, make this mistake? Because they have in power persons who don't have economic knowledge of how to run a country. You don't solve economic problems by printing money. Okay? Because money is supposed to be a byproduct of goods and services. So you need to create money-making ventures to create money. You don't just print money. So now when you have in power people who don't have knowledge, this is what you suffer. So basically, the main problem with Africa and Africans is that we ignore knowledge in our pursuit of wealth and power. If we have knowledgeable leaders in Africa, many African countries would be doing better than they are right now. If we have youth who understand the importance of knowledge, we would have less and less crime in Africa, and our youth would be more productive. What the people of Africa need to do is to vote into power knowledgeable people with the requisite know-how to run the affairs of the country. Those people in power who are knowledgeable, they would realize the importance of knowledge and they will emphasize youth skills acquisition. The idle hands is the devil's workshop. If you get your youth engaged, then they will be more productive, which would have a ricochet positive effect on the economy. And knowledgeable leaders would also try as much as possible to create an enabling environment, a conducive environment for all our intelligent brains to thrive. There is brain drain. You see somebody doing great things in engineering, in medicine, the next thing, boom, they are out of Africa. They are in one European or American country. They become citizens of that country and they contribute their know-how to the development of foreign countries. Our best hands are leaving Africa. So these are a few points that if our leaders can take note of, if our youth in Africa can take note of, we can have a more productive, a more progressive, and a better developed Africa. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, smash the like button, smash the share button, and if you have not subscribed before, smash the subscribe button. Till I see you next time with another entertaining and educative video, it's bye for now.